Welcome back to sportsreview.com. I'm Natalie Rydstrom, previewing Week 7 Premier League matches here with Russ and Flash. And no big man, as you see. He's on a radio show currently at the moment with Fox Sports, and he will be back with us next week. We will have to amend the time because he's on Fox Sports every day at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. But introducing Team Bankroll members, Flash and Russ, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us, Nat.
Hi, Natalie.
Always a pleasure, Flash. Always a pleasure. Sorry for the late start. Flash had a little problem with his camera, but we will make the time up. Flash, 4.4 units of profit. And I hear slightly more. I did the result wrong. You did West Ham draw and West Ham draw double chance. You gave 2 tips for the match.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, 2 official plays in that one. So, yeah, that's unlike you to knock my winners down.
I sent it over to go. Anyway, I will amend those. So he'll actually be up because I think the draw was like 4.5 or something. So you're actually up an astonishing amount. I made 0.9 units of profit. Russ, my friend, didn't have a great start, did we, to your first show?
I know, but we got the banker though, so that's the main thing.
Yes, yes. Still, all right. But are you gonna stick to the same tactics? I felt you went sort of a bit hard and heavy. Have you got a different approach, or is this just the way you bet with those like high numbers?
I think it's always good to try and pick something that's above evens. But this week I've gone for a few small odds-on shots, maybe just to get my bankroll moving. Yeah.
All right, nice stuff. Anyway, we've got some interesting matches on the slate. Flash, how did you find it? Russ said there was a few bit more tough this week. How did you find these matches?
I've got like 6 plays this week, maybe even 7. I think there's a lot of value to be had.
Yeah.
And I think there's a few teams that have been underestimated. So let's see how we go.
You know, my words exactly, actually. I thought there was a few teams here that have been underestimated, and we're probably on the same page on that, so we'll get to that. Big hello to everybody watching. Prognosticos Deportivo says, where is Alex? Alex is over on the Best Bet show. He joins us for Champions League and Best Bet show, where we do also cover the Premier League, so we thought it was a bit redundant, so he's over on that show. So if you want his Premier League bets, he'll be on tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Have we got the record, guys? Yes, we do. All right, here's the record as it stands. It's going to be brought up on the screen.
So is this inclusive of the West Ham draw at 4.5?
No, it's not. I will amend that. Here we go, which will help, actually.
Okay. So
here we go.
0.5.
So this is 2.4 units we made on the weekend, boys. Nice job, which will be more.
Are we adding 4? Okay.
Yeah, we will be adding the 4.5 on the next week. And there we go. Natalie, 0.4. Me up and top. Big man on campus. Russ. I've got Natalie and Natalie. All right. And down at the bottom, I think that's Russ at the bottom, I think. All right. Slight mistake on the graphics.
The only way is up.
Only way is up. Yes, it is. All right. Let us commence, guys. Going to start with West Ham versus Manchester United now. Man United 1.88, draw 3.7. West Ham 4.5. Those odds with 10bet. And we do have a special promo code, SBR10bet or SBR10bet UK. It's a play I've been playing every single week with Manchester United. That's since I moved off playing their win. Both teams to score 1.8. They've kept 1 clean sheet in this season's matches. And West Ham seem to be finding their feet after that 3-1 Everton win. What's your play here? Russ?
I think I'm looking at West Ham +1 at 1.5. Obviously, West Ham are playing tonight home to Macclesfield.
Yeah.
Obviously, Man United played last night, the full 90 minutes and lost.
Yeah.
But I think, as we know, all is not well in the Manchester United camp. Pogba, Mourinho, can they bounce back? I'm not so sure. I thought West Ham played really well against Chelsea, albeit Chelsea played on Thursday night in the Europa. I think West Ham as a team, they're just clicking into gear. So I don't think Manchester United will win comfortably. I don't want to play the West Ham win. So West Ham +1.5. So West Ham +1 at 1.5 would be my play for this one.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. How much weight should we give? Obviously, they've got the League Cup matches this week. Some playing Tuesday, some playing today, Wednesday. Obviously Derby County lost. That's pretty dire. How much weight or focus are these teams putting into these matches?
But for Mourinho, a trophy is the trophy. If you go back to when he first joined Chelsea, that League Cup, I believe, which was his first trophy, was so important to the morale of the team. So again, he wants to win every game. And obviously, as we said, the Pogba issue, I think, is a major issue for Manchester United. They lost at Brighton. They lost at home to Spurs. Yes, they won at Burnley, but I think they played Burnley at the right time. And as you said, I think West Ham are clicking into gear just a little bit. So I think it will be a tough game for Manchester United, and West Ham will go into that, irrelevant of what happens tonight home to Macclesfield, all guns blazing.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the match here? Is it a play, Flash?
No, it can't be a play because they were my nap at home to Wolves last week and they let me down. And if I tell you that they let me down, the only team to let me down on 4 separate bets over the weekend. So, yeah, naughty step would be an understatement. I disagree. Although the West Ham gave me both my bets up against Chelsea, the main reason I went for them is for their energy and their legs. I thought they've had everything but. I mean, Noble for me is absolutely finished with the game. I thought that they were ponderous, and the only reason they got the draw is because they had 6 men across the 18-yard box. I'm leaving this game well alone just because they're 2 sides that you don't know what you're getting. Yeah,
well, I'm guessing a goal from each. That's 100% sure. Well, nothing's 100% sure, but I really like that bet. Both teams to score 1.810 bet. Not let me down yet, and I'm going to stay on that train until it shuts me off. Arsenal versus Watford now. A bet that did let me down was the both teams to score bet on this one. Arsenal 1.45, draw 5.1, Watford 7. Those odds with the wonderful 10 bet. Obviously 4 back-to-back wins. At first I thought that it was a little low for Arsenal, but then obviously looking a little bit deeper, 4 back-to-back wins, home advantage. They do have a looming Europa League match though next week against Qarabag, but I'm guessing all eyes will be on this match. Still, I think it's going to be a close game, and I think that this is one where Watford are a little bit underestimated. Flash, is this one of the games that you think maybe there's a bit of value in the Watford, or certainly Watford on the Asian handicap?
Well, I've got 2 bets here, so just so that I repeat myself, I've got 2 bets here, okay, just so you make sure that you put them down. Arsenal, both teams to score, and over 2.5 at 2. And I expect that to come in, and with that extra 1 unit I'm going to win on that, I'm going to have it on Watford at 7.
You're taking full on Watford? Wow.
Yeah, I am, yeah.
Wow, all right then.
I mean, Everton should have been 3 up at half-time on the Sunday game, and then it wasn't until they broke away and scored, and then obviously they got flattered with a second goal that was 2 yards offside. So for me, Watford are well overpriced at 7. So, I mean, listen, if Arsenal go and win, I don't expect them to keep a clean sheet, so I expect them to win 2-1. So we'll get both teams to score an over. So it'll just be a no-play game if they win. Yeah,
no, I think both teams to score as well. 1.62, Watford scoring in all 6 Premier League matches. Arsenal obviously conceding 5 out of 6. Obviously, the last one that they didn't concede was to Everton that I had the bet on. What do you like here, Russ?
Again, as an Arsenal fan, watching the game on Sunday, I was thinking, how are we still in the game at half-time? Richarlison, Walcott, Calvin-Lewin, Czech was absolutely outstanding for Arsenal. And again, Everton just kept missing chances. And Flash, as you're right, Arsenal very lucky to get the win. Second half, they got the first goal. Second goal, again, well offside. For me, the play here is, again, keeping on the Asian handicap train, Watford plus 1.5 at 1.78.
Yeah.
Watford, they've started well this year. Defensively, they're pretty strong. Away from home, they're not getting beat 2, 3 or 4. And they'll come here, again, full of confidence. Again, Arsenal playing tonight at home. Watford playing away at Spurs. So, again, no advantage for either team.
Yeah.
Watford, I just think offensively, if they get the chances that Arsenal can give them, they will take them.
Yeah.
Obviously, I do fancy Arsenal to get the job done, but if Watford score again, I can't see Arsenal then getting 3 or 4. So there you go, Watford plus 1.5. So,
yeah. I don't know if you're reading my notes here, Russ. It's exactly my bet. Watford plus 1.5, 1.78. I'm reading a 2-0, 2-1 scoreline to Arsenal. I'm a tad worried about, obviously, Watford's trip to Wembley. Obviously, it's a tougher match than Arsenal have at Brentford. So, obviously, and they're hosting Brentford as well. But it's Watford plus 1.5. I also like the both teams to score 1.62, but my official play is the Watford plus 1.5 at 1.78. We've got a few. We've got Bill Butlicker is now a small man on campus, a small man on cactus. Listen up to our leader. Right. He says. That's Flash. He's Flash's biggest fan. All right. Moving on, Everton versus Fulham now. Everton 1.8, draw 4.1, and Fulham 4.5. Both real hit or miss teams at the moment, 12th and 15th respectively. Everton just one home win, scoring about 1.3 goals a game. I want to say Everton, I have to say. I have leans on this one. What do you have, Flash?
It's only a lean. It's going to be a pass from me, but I'd lean and say that both teams to score.
Would you? All right. Any reason why?
Well, because Everton can't keep clean sheets. They've got so many injuries. They can't get a settled side out. I expect Richarlison will give a threat. I mean, it could be anything. But either one of the three possible scores, we'll look at it next week and say, yeah, I could see that happening. So for me, there's too many variables.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and I'm tempted by that price of the draw as well, 4.1. My leans are a draw at halftime, 2.4, Fulham plus 1, 1.67, and the under 2.5 goals at 2.42. But obviously last season, Everton won 3-1 and 4-1 respectively, but they also finished 8th last year, and they don't seem to be quite the team that they were last season. Those are my leans. Russ, have you got an official play?
No official play here. I've got down Everton to win at 1.8. I just think Fulham are taking a little bit of time to get used to the Premier League. Tom Kearney's injured, I believe, who is obviously the linchpin of their team in centre midfield. Fulham can't keep clean sheets, and I think after Everton got beat at Arsenal, we just showed what they did in the first half, where they should have been 3-0 up. If they come up this weekend at Goodison, I think they can get the job done and be well up by half time, and Fulham won't have a chance. But again, potentially learning from last week, I'm going to say no play here. But if Everton win, I'll be going down.
All right. I just noticed we're all wearing blue today. We've got we're all matching.
The colour.
Huddersfield versus Tottenham now. Tottenham 1.4, draw 4.5, and Huddersfield 8. Those odds with 10 bets. Tottenham again, a play. Many were telling me not to play Tottenham. Injuries and not really. There's sort of a question really, or debate that's out whether they should have bought players, whether that strategy was a good strategy or not in the summer transfer window. Flash, would you say that Tottenham's strategy of not buying players will pay off, or will it cost them some places on the league table?
I still expect them to be around the top 4, and that's the best they're going to hope for. The big thing about bringing new players in, and obviously this is what I've experienced in when we've been in successful sides, is that you look over your shoulder straight away. And everyone has said this, so it's almost as if I'm just like harping on or jumping on the bandwagon. When you have new players come in, your position is not, and the type of player that would have to come into Tottenham means that your position is not a guarantee. So you give yourself an extra 5 or 10%. Now, all of a sudden, if you walk into the training ground and there's no one else, you know that you're almost a definite every week, and it can't be good.
Yeah, sorry, I think we've got a leak or something in the studio. I was like, I think there's something dripping. Right. With that being said, though, obviously visiting Huddersfield. Huddersfield, obviously poor form. Russ, you've got them pegged to leave the Premier League. What can Huddersfield hope to get out of this match? Can they score?
Absolutely nothing. Look, again, I really want to play something that's above evens, but I'm not. I'm going to make a play. it may be quite an obvious one, but a 1.7, Harry Kane to score any time. He scored a hat-trick there last year. I'm not sure whether he's playing tonight or not, but he'll be raring to go to get on the score sheet. Again, I wouldn't be surprised if he does get another hat-trick there.
Yeah.
Spurs to win and win comfortably.
If you were to sort of predict a correct score, what would you say?
Let's go 3-0 Spurs.
3-0 Spurs, yeah. I actually forgot Big Man did send his bets in. He's going for Tottenham to win to 0 on this one, 2.3. And he got Everton to beat Fulham 1.75, Arsenal and the over 2.5 goals at 2.75. I don't think that Huddersfield can score in this match. I'm not going to play it yes or no. Flashy, do you think Huddersfield can score in this match?
They could do, but that's not part of my play. And my play, and this is my nap, I'm going with Spurs and under 3.5 at 2.12.
Yeah. I feel like you're taking a leaf out of my book with these under 3.5s and under 4.5s.
Well, I do 3.5.
You ribbed me last season. Huh?
Yeah, but listen, you learn. I'm
exactly.
happy to learn.
Yeah, but you're still on the European handicap, though, aren't you? You're not quite migrated over to Asian handicap.
Well, at least I'm doing Spurs and under 3.5 and not Spurs and under 9.5.
Only goes to 4.5, which I'm doing. I'm doing Spurs and the under 4.5 at 1.75. I really like that one. Spurs and the under 1.5. I was also quite liking Tottenham -1 on the Asian handicap at 1.73. But official play is Tottenham and the under 4.5 goals. Sorry, what did you say your bet was, Russ, on this one?
Harry Kane to score any time at 1.7.
Yeah, sweet. All right. Next game, Manchester City versus Brighton. Man City 1.1, draw 11, and Brighton 23. Obviously, huge favourites in this match. Those odds with 10 bet. We have a promo code SBR10bet or SBR10bet UK. Sign up for a special promo code. Obviously, Man City have got a looming Champions League match, which I would say normally wouldn't be important if they hadn't have lost to Lyon in their first one. I think they travelled to Hoffenheim, and my guess is they're going to be they'll have eyes on this match. Now, obviously, they bounced back with that sort of whopping 5-0 win there. It's a must win though this game too, because I think they're trailing Liverpool by a couple of points now in second place. So very interesting match. I think this could make it a little nervous to bet on. Russ, what have you got for us here?
Manchester City and under 4.5. Just continue with what you guys are doing. I've also got down Riyad Mahrez to score at any time at 2.0.
Yeah.
Again, if he starts, again, he's played really well on the weekend, scored, and I think against Brighton, he'll relish the opportunities that will come his way. I think Brighton, obviously, their second season in the Premier League, they've got used to it a bit more. They haven't started the season too bad. Defensively, they're, again, pretty solid. The keeper's been playing well this season. I don't think they'll be in for a thrashing. And I agree with you. I think Manchester City need to look at that Champions League game.
Yeah.
Thus, again, once they get ahead and Pep's happy with the win, then they'll rest on their laurels. So Manchester City and under 4.5 would be my play on this one.
Yeah, it was sort of like by the game against Lyon, it was almost sort of like, Man City are one of the favourites to win the Champions League, and it kind of didn't appear that there was booing in the stadium. It was kind of like, their focus is on the Premier League. How are Man City going to approach this game, knowing that they've got a match to Hoffenheim next week, Flash? It's a tough one.
It is. First of all, what's the price then of that Man City in under 4.5?
It's not a play. I can bring it up, but it's
okay. I mean, Russ, have you got a price on that?
Just give me 1 sec, and I'll get that for you.
Okay, yeah, listen, I'll just tell you what my thoughts are. I can't go near the game anyway because Brighton went to Liverpool and got beat 1-0. Now, with Man City, they've got to make sure that they have no slip-ups and they just go and win the game. I don't expect them to go and win 4 and 5. So I do think, listen, I'm going to pass on this game, but I do think that you are on the right track with Man City in under 4.5.
1.67.
That's 1.65. Oh, 1.67. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you take it easy, you big hitters, wouldn't you? 1.6, 1.5s.
I can see there's a change of tactic there with Russ. Like, we were getting odds of like 3s and 4s last week. Now it's sort of like come back down again to like 1.67. But that's all right.
That's going to be me this week.
That's all right, yeah. The man to beat is Flash. I was, again, a lean on this one. I was wanting both teams to score at 2.4, just because of the pending Champions League match. And but it's an official pass for me. But lean value, if you're looking in the Asian handicap, starts at minus 2.5 at 1.85, and I think that's this could, like you said, Flash could be almost like a 2-0 win or something like that, 2-1 win. Newcastle versus Leicester now. Newcastle 2.5, Leicester 3.1, draw 3.2. Newcastle obviously not doing so well this season. Obviously, we're only 6 games in, but they finished 10th last year. They're currently 18th. They need to step up their game. 2 draws and 4 losses. Leicester obviously faring better. I have to say, so talking about, again, Flash, when we started, teams being undervalued or underestimated, Leicester on the road at 3.1. I'm sort of not really sure with that price. They're faring better in 9th, 3 wins, 2 losses. Would you be tempted to take a Leicester 3.1?
No, I would be tempted to take Newcastle, because there's two things with Leicester. Their strikers need space in behind, and you don't get that against Newcastle because they defend deep. Secondly, the Leicester defence is so ordinary. Listen, I said last week, don't go Leicester to win to 0, because they are the worst defensive unit there is. And Huddersfield scored. You could have had 3. Just you can't.
That was ringing in my ears.
You could have been. You could go in this game and say under 2.5 goals and not care, because no one's going to run away with this. And I mean, Newcastle at home at 6-4, 2.5. They're the only one of these 2 sides that might keep a clean sheet.
So do you think, what is it, an official pass?
Pass.
Pass. I think both teams to score. It's quite a confident play of mine, to be honest with you. 1.91. Leicester obviously have kept just 1 clean sheet. Newcastle have scored in all 3 home matches, including Spurs and Chelsea. I like the both teams to score bet very much, actually, 1.91. And I keep forgetting to bring Big Man's bets up. Leicester to beat, he's on Leicester, wow, Big Man's on Leicester to beat Newcastle at 3.1, going with that away win there. What do you like, Russ?
This could be home, draw or away. I totally agree with Flash. I think this could be the game where Newcastle could well win. Again, looking at Leicester Huddersfield, I just fancied Leicester would get the job done to 0. They didn't. And seeing the highlights, yeah, Leicester's defence is woeful. And I think Newcastle, if they do go for it, they can score. And again, they could well win. Leicester, on the other hand, look, if they go ahead, the St James's Park, the Boo Boys could be out. So yeah, no play here.
No play. All right. I like Leicester's defence woeful. You know, I'm sure they've got a goal in them. Newcastle at home, both teams to score just seems to be the obvious play here. Big Man going for Leicester to beat Newcastle. Wolves versus Southampton now. Wolves 1.8, draw 3.6, Saints 5.4 odds with 10 bet. Wolves obviously haven't lost in their last 4 matches. Latest, obviously, to Man U, they drew 1-1. I think they've drawn 2 as well. So they've won 2, drawn 2. Saints just 1 win in 5. Not looking very good, are they, Flash?
No, but yet this is the type of game that you'd expect that they would believe they could go and win it. I mean, last away game was obviously Liverpool. No one's going to go there and win. But the one before that, they went to Crystal Palace and won 2-0. And I cannot believe that Southampton are 5 for this game.
Really?
So I'm going to make them my selection. I think Southampton could go there and get something at Wolves.
You should be pleased that Big Man's not on here. He would have given you stick for that.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. You keep saying Big Man's on a radio show. You know that his selections were that bad. You've got rid of him. You dropped him for the week.
He's on timeout. No, yes.
Exactly.
Well, all I say is thank goodness Big Man's not here, because we'd probably be about half an hour here, Big Man, going on about you taking Saints. Fine. Take your Saints. I'm taking
Southampton
Wolves
at
at home. Me and Big Man are on Wolves at 1.8. Russ, what have you got to say about Flash's Saints bet?
Quite confidently, Flash, you could have your Southampton. For me, it's Wolves all day long here. You look at the Southampton win at Crystal Palace. I just think Crystal Palace underestimated Southampton. And also, again, if you look at Crystal Palace against Newcastle, look, Palace couldn't even beat them. So I'm not sure how much I read into Southampton's win. Wolves, I'm a big fan of this year. At home, they're absolutely superb. They drew against Manchester City. They beat Burnley. They could beat Burnley by more. Again, provided that they don't come out slow and they come out with quick pace with their fantastic passing of Moutinho and Traore and Jota. I've got Wolves to win and under 3.5 at 2.1.
Nice.
I really fancy Wolves here.
Yeah, me too. Well, listen, we'll see who has the last laugh. Flash, maybe Flash has, but all three of us probably. 5.
Do you not believe that Southampton are overpriced?
I think they probably are, but they're just not a play for me. I think Wolves are playing really well. The confidence is high in the camp, and I just can't see Southampton scoring more than 2. And I think Wolves will score.
Now, did you say 5.5?
5.4.
5.4.
You like him even better?
Of course, yeah.
All right. 5.4. You've heard it here. It'll be added to his record next week. All right. Chelsea. Oh, hang on a sec. What did I say? Big Man's? Yeah, Wolves. All right.
He's gone Wolves.
Yeah. Okay. This one I want to speak with you guys. I've got my leans. Okay. So Chelsea versus Liverpool is the match. Liverpool 2.4, Chelsea 3.05, and the draw 3.6. There's lovely graphics by our wonderful video department and odds with 10bet, SBR 10bet UK or SBR 10bet. Sign up for new customers to win a special promotion for Team Bankroll. So, obviously, tough match for Liverpool. They want to keep their top spot. Man City almost guaranteed to win their match against Brighton, but nothing's guaranteed. And then Liverpool obviously have their Champions League fixture to Napoli. They won their first one. They'll be tempted to win, wanting to win this one. Chelsea obviously drew 0-0 to West Ham and keen to bounce back on their turf. Tempted by Liverpool, tempted by the unders. What do you like here, Flash?
I like the draw at 3.6. I think this could be a real cagey game. I mean, the only way that Chelsea are going to win it is by keeping the game tight. If it's a basketball match, then you're going to see Liverpool maybe win by 2-3-1. But I see this being Chelsea being the home side. I see it being an Italian game, and that's why I've got to go for the draw. 0-0, 1-1 for me. 3.6. I think it's the safest play.
Well, why don't you draw in the under then if you think it's going to be super tight there?
Why don't I just not be greedy and just go draw?
Well, you were greedy with the Southampton one. We'll see what that does to you next week.
Yeah, and
5.4. Huh?
Was Watford 7 as well?
Oh, yeah, that's true. So on the third time we've decided not to be greedy.
Well, no, I'm going to be greedy again in a minute.
All right, going for the draw. Last 3 matches have gone under. We've had 2 draws with obviously the most recent 1-0 win to Chelsea at home. Russ, are you going to be greedy in this match? What do you like?
Flash, I've got written down draw 3.6.
Oh.
Again, it's a tough one. Liverpool are just on fire. 6 out of 6. Can they make it 7 out of 7? If they do, it's a huge statement in their chase for their first Premier League title.
Yeah.
But Hazard could be, or is the only one that could be the difference for Chelsea. But for me, I think the draw is a safe play at 3.6.
Safe play. Is there such a thing in betting, a safe play? Oh, God, I don't know. I'm sort of tempted. I'm sort of like, do I pass? But I don't want to pass. Okay, maybe I'm going to go for the under. I think it's going to be close and cagey. 2.2, all right, an official play. But I'm very nervous. This really has the means to be an over 2.5 goals as well. Do you think it's going to be an over 2.5 goals for us? You're quite good at calling these Liverpool games.
It's a tough one. I think it could be cagey.
Yeah.
1-1.
Could be.
1-1 would be my pick.
0-0 could be on the cards.
Yeah. All right. Liverpool. Oh, wow. So Big Man is going for Liverpool and both teams to score. Basically completely on the other side of the fence than us. 4.1. Wow. All right.
But he's a Liverpool fan, isn't he?
I didn't think he's a Liverpool fan, did he? Because I was watching.
Yeah, oh no, he loves Liverpool.
He was like, what was he saying as well? He's like, you better get used to that never bet alone ringtone or whatever. Yeah. Make it as your ringtone. Exactly. You're going to be hearing it. Yeah. So
I remember he said that they'll win the Premiership as well, the Premier League. So he's talking through his wallet.
You're just saying that because Big Man's not here to talk back.
I'll see him in a minute.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, but he's on the radio, so he won't have seen this. You just have to be extra nice to him. No, I'm gonna go for under 2.5 goals, 2.2. Next, Cardiff versus Burnley. Cardiff 2.5, draw 3.1, and I've got Burnley 3.1. That might actually be 3.1. Odds with 10 bet. SBR 10 bet or SBR 10 bet UK for your special 10 bet promotion. Try that bonus thing. Right, where do we start with this one? Burnley obviously bounced back, didn't they, with their against Bournemouth? They're out of the Europa League, sort of looking like the team that we were expecting from them and expecting from last season. Can they go and do it again when they're visiting Cardiff? Obviously, Burnley have the larger price here. Is this one of the teams that is underestimated, Flash?
100% they are.
Yeah.
I mean, they're tried and tested in the league and against the side who are going to just keep throwing caution to the wind, and they keep doing that. In fact, that's what Bournemouth did last week. Remember we said about Burnley and Bournemouth would be a tight game. If Burnley get in front, then Bournemouth, well, they'll try and just shut up shop, and they get getting caught on the break. I mean, they're saying that the wingers for Burnley, it's the best performance they've seen from them in like 18 months. Yeah. So I can see this going exactly the same way. Burnley, for me, 3.1, quite comfortable.
Yeah. They're obviously Cardiff as well. They've got the home advantage. They have had a tough run of fixtures, obviously, with their latest loss to Man City 5-0. A big blow there, 4-1 Chelsea, 3-2 Arsenal. If this was at Turf Moor, God, I'd jump all over that price, I'd have to say. But on the road, Russ, what do you think?
It's Burnley for me. I think that win last week really gave them the confidence that they needed. If you look at last season, they were absolutely superb on the road, and they'll have absolutely no fear going to Cardiff. But Cardiff getting beat 5-0 at home to Manchester City, I don't think they'll come out in this all guns blazing trying to score early. I think they may play on the counter attack, so that may suit them. But I just think Burnley will get the job done, and 3.2 is a decent price for Burnley on the road.
Yeah, I've got Jack Lambden here, Burnley draw no bets, and there's a couple of other bets that I see that he's been bringing up, and I like them here. I'm on Burnley draw no bet, to be honest with you. A little bit worried about that draw. Was also fancying both teams to score. Someone has said, Ron Jitter says, your guest has been forced to move to the toilet. Where are you now, Russ?
Yeah, I was just in a hotel lobby, and apparently I was too loud, so I had to move quickly. So without cutting off, I just come into the hotel room where it's a bit quieter.
Too loud? All right. Where are you? Which hotel?
What are you doing in the hotel?
Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
I'm in Dubai for a week with the family. So.
Are you in Dubai? Oh, nice.
Yes.
Well, that's funny. They said, "Excuse me, sir, you're too loud. Can you move to the bathroom?" We like
well, no, they just said, can you move somewhere quieter, or just outside the room? So yeah, I'm back inside.
Oh, that's funny.
Nice.
So it's a very quiet hotel. All right, so Burnley draw no bet for me at 2.1. I sometimes film in hotels if I'm down at the beach or something, but they're quite accommodating. All right, final match: Bournemouth versus Crystal Palace. Is this one on the telly, Flash?
Yeah, I guess it will be. I mean, it's not a game that I'm going to get involved in. Although I do believe that this will just be a real good spectacle because both of them are coming off dour performances. Neither of them scored last week. Bournemouth scored 3 last night, so I think that this could be a both teams to score. Alex Classic. In fact, what price is the Alex Classic?
Wish you'd come slightly more prepared than this, Flash. Let me check.
Oh, what?
Sir?
No, I didn't even realise.
One moment.
You know why? Because it's the Ryder Cup this weekend.
One moment whilst
really
I pull the odds up for you. You'll have to give me a second. I'm on the last one that you asked me to pull up the odds for. But if it's on the telly,
Monday Night Football.
If it's on telly, Flash, who's going to be putting on a better performance knowing they're on the telly?
Oh, I think they both will.
So goals.
I think there'll be goals.
Goals. All right.
2.5.
All right, I'm getting there.
Over 2.5 is 1.87. I've got that down here.
Yeah, over 2 point.
To score.
Both teams to score is 1.65. Over 2.5 is 1.87. Both teams to score.
I'm looking at Alex Classic.
Yes, 2.1, sir. Would you like that price?
Thank you very much. I do, and that's an official play.
All right, well, don't forget to send it, please. As I do the record. And with the odds. All right. Alice has it. Last 2 meetings have seen 2 all draws. I think goals are on the cards as well for this one. Russ, are we in for a goal frenzy?
Yeah.
Monday night on the telly?
Said Monday Night Football after the classic, or maybe classic Chelsea, Liverpool, after Europe win the Ryder Cup. Everyone's sitting down having their dinner. And let's hope for a classic Monday Night Football. And over 2.5 at 1.87. Let's see plenty of goals in this one.
Plenty of goals. We do have, but both teams scoring over 2.5. Thank you, Jack. And then somebody says here, Ron Jitter says Bournemouth win is a banker. I think I'm going to push it to, I was leaning towards Bournemouth in this one. But Crystal Palace are quite good on the road. They're faring better on the road than they are at home at the moment, and also scoring. I don't think they've scored at home yet. So I'm going to go for the classic as well on this one. I'm actually going to write that down. Classic at 2.1.
Go on, Natalie, you did it.
Underlined. Okay, on the telly, Monday Night Football. Let's hope for goals. All right. That wraps up. The 10 matches have been previewed. 2.4 units of profit we made last week, plus the 4.5 for the draw that I didn't include, that I forgot to include. But
that's 6.9 then, yeah?
Probably. If you add
or yours, Flash.
Yeah.
No, mine was more than that, Russ.
Flashing his cash. There we go. Yeah. In the profit. Makes a change though, Russ, I have to say. Last season, he was in negative right until the last couple of weeks, weren't you, Flash? But this week...
And where did I finish last season?
Second, I think. Or third.
Okay.
Second.
No, you know he weren't third. Alex was third. That's why he's not on the show. He's been relegated.
I'm still here. I'm still here because someone's got to present. So I'm just here out of default.
Exactly. And Big Man was like 60 units up or so.
Yeah, exactly. God, Big Man killed it last time. Yeah, he was in
week.
first. Flash was in second, but he was in last for the whole season until right at the end. When everyone was losing, Flash just went, boom, the tough part right at the end. All right. Best bet and 2-team parlay, if you've got one. Flash, what's your nap?
Spurs to win and under 3.5 goals at 2.12.
Mm-hmm.
And my parlay is Arsenal Alex Classic at 2. And Burnley at Cardiff at 3.1.
Nice. All right. What's yours, Russ?
We'll go with the banker as Wolves to win and under 3.5 at 2.1. And then the parlay, we will go Watford plus 1.5, West Ham plus 1.
All right. My parlay will be both teams to score, Newcastle, Leicester at 1.91, Wolves versus Southampton, Wolves to win 1.8, and my nap is going to be Tottenham in the under 4.5 goals at 1.75. Please send through your bets, guys, with the odds so I can calculate our profit and losses for the week ahead. But a massive pleasure talking to both of you, and best of luck with your bets, especially you, Russ. Take care, Flash. Take care,
Yeah,
Russ.
we need
and
to
thank
do
you.
better.
Good luck, Russ. Cheers, Nat.
Good
Yeah,
luck,
that's
Russ.
it. Cheers,
Good
Flash.
luck. Bye, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, mate.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Have a good weekend.